If 5 years ago someone told me that you would take various international flights per year, you would be traveling into different countries, I would say, that dream is far-fetched. But here am I. This is 2026 and I am currently taking my first international travel of the year. So come with me as I go to Kenya, Nairobi on a fully funded trip. It's almost 5 a.m. and I am feeling so excited. So this is my first international trip for 2026 and I'll be going to East Africa. I'll be going to Kenya. So come with me. I could not do outfit of the day with you guys because I was so late. I didn't want to miss the bus. But here we are. It's still a bit dark, but I'll make it to my airport train. So bye. As a PhD candidate currently based in Austria, international travel is no longer something that I just dream about. It's something education made possible. A few years ago, flying across continents felt distant. Today, it's part of my academic journey. And that's why I keep telling students scholarships are not just about tuition. They're about access to networks, access to global conversations, access to rooms you never imagined entering. Anyways, let's digress a bit. So you see, I was showing you what I had in my bag. I had my passport with me. I also had my power bank with me. And I also had my gimbal with me. I don't go anywhere without my gimbal because it helps me shoot the content that you see here without having to stress someone to hold it for me. And then I also packed a sandwich because, as you can see, I woke up very, very early, courtesy of my husband who made this for me. And then now, there were some girly things, a small towel, and I also put in, a few things, my laptop and everything. And it was at this moment I realized that I had forgotten my yellow fever vaccination card, but there was no turning back. But as you can see, I also packed all of my diaries, and I think that was all that was in the bag. And now I felt like my lips were dry. I was now putting in some Vaseline before the train started to move. So this was the train to the airport. I got to the airport, I checked in, so I could not film the checking in because it was a bit hectic. But then, after you check in and then you go through the security, sometimes there is a big line, so you just throw things in your bag. So here I was trying to pack my bags before I settle in whilst waiting for my flight. So basically, I was now calm because I knew I had made it on time and it was only about me waiting for the boarding time. As you can see, life of a PhD student, you have to learn to study anyway. I had a lot of papers that I needed to read and I had been postponing for days, and I told myself I'll read them whilst waiting to board the plane or whilst I'm in the plane. So there I was doing some reading to ensure that I stick to my words, I stick to my plan. So as it was a 1 hour 25-minute flight, we only got water and the Mozart chocolate. You know, Vienna is famous for Mozart. But anyways, I arrived safely in Frankfurt, and Frankfurt is a very, very big airport. So there I was now walking towards another terminal, and I finally found the gate, and we had to go through again through the customs for us to go to the other side. And whilst I was waiting, I saw very cute flight attendants wearing cute outfits, and I was like, okay, these people are definitely going into my vlog. But anyways, after I had checked in through the customs, I was now waiting for my flight. I am a TV show type of girl, and this series was amazing. Anyways, the food came, it was amazing, but for some reason I was feeling a bit full and I was tired. But anyways, I enjoyed it. And we witnessed a sunset because we were traveling towards, sunset to our destination. And this was really beautiful to watch. And before we knew it, we were already in Nairobi. And I was ready to see what Nairobi had in place for me. So as we were walking down, I was so curious and I was so happy that it was warm, considering I had left somewhere where it was cold. But before I go, let me share with you what was exactly going in my mind as I was traveling. So every time I travel, I think about how many talented students are out there who just need information, not money first, information first. That's why I run this channel, guys, because someone shared information with me and that information totally changed my life. So if you're watching this and you have been doubting yourself, apply anyway. If you think your GPA isn't perfect, apply anyway. If you think you're not connected, apply anyway, because landing in Kenya feels so special. And as Africans, global mobility is often limited, but with education you can break those borders. I am a living testimony of that. So this trip reminds me that your passport should not limit your potential, your background should not limit your ambition, and your current circumstances should not define your final destination. And I just want to say to every student who is watching, you could start preparing early, building your academic profile, seeking mentorship, and you apply for scholarships aggressively. Do not reject yourself, because you only need 1 yes, and one scholarship can change the trajectory of your life. That one scholarship changed my life, and I continue applying and getting fellowships to ensure that I keep in touch with what's going on in my field, and I believe you could do the same as well. Back to other things. As you can see, I arrived safely and I was eager to see what my room looked like. So this is what, fellowships can give you. And I was going to spend the next few days there, and whoa, my room was so beautiful. And I arrived around almost midnight, but I was a bit hungry because when the flight attendants moved with the second meal, I was asleep and they didn't even wake me up. So immediately I saw my room, I was like, okay, I'm just going to look for food. And I forgot that on the day I traveled, it was Valentine's Day. So upon getting to the restaurant, there was a lot of love going on. And imagine, I had left D at home. So I was just eager to get my food. I finally got my food, and I just, took it to my room, ate a little bit, and then I rested, because the following day we were going to start the program at midday. So if you watched this video to this point, thank you so much, guys, for supporting me. Keep on subscribing. Bye.